What's going on, everyone? Good morning and welcome to the Investing Bros Show. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the recent data reports that at the time of me shooting this just broke minutes ago from our unemployment rate here in the United States. What impact will that have on the crypto markets? We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more in this video, so make sure to watch it all the way to the end, but also smash that like button. YouTube loves when that happens. It brings more and more people in. Smash the like button if you do enjoy the video and hit subscribe so you do not miss any of our content. With that said, let's go ahead and just dive right on into those unemployment numbers. Some things to be aware of. First of all, unemployment rate, after hitting 4.2% last month, comes in at 4.1, down not only from last month, but beating expectations of 4.2% from consensus. And actually, the forecast was 4.3. So people were a little bit bearish on these unemployment numbers, thinking they were going to rise. But despite the fact that Jerome Powell and the Fed cut rates by 50 basis points, we actually saw a fall in the unemployment rate. This is absolutely a very, very positive thing. As far as non-farm payrolls, they smashed it out of the water. Expectation 140,000, forecast 130,000, 254,000 non-farm payroll jobs, it looks like, were added. So these numbers, whether you believe them or not, and I know that's a whole nother conversation that we can have for another day, but these numbers are absolutely phenomenal for the economy, should give the investor a lot of confidence, give the smart money a lot of confidence to be able to go much, much higher with their investments. This is a bullish thing. We also, of course, got news yesterday that the U.S. dock workers suspended their 3-day strike after a contract extension. Now, the details here are a little interesting because they only extended it till about January 15th. When this story broke, there was potentially going to be some form of a holdout. I was one to say I just cannot believe that this is going to be that long of an issue because of the political implications, especially for the current Democrats sitting in office. This would not make them look good that a month before the election, the economy shuts down because the port workers are just not working. Well, conveniently, that January 15th does it long enough. We can work long enough to potentially improve the economy till after we see who the next president is. What that means, I'm not 100% sure just yet, but it's a little fishy. The details are a little weird. Either way, that should allow all the supply coming in from other countries to start flowing in here in the United States. These are all very positive things for the economy. But with that said, it's time to take a look. What does this mean for cryptocurrencies? Let's start off with the big one, Bitcoin. Bitcoin has done some impressive things here over the last couple of weeks. First of all, let's just kind of make sure you guys are aware of the overall implications here. For the first time since March of 2024, Bitcoin back here a couple of days ago set a new higher high, beating the former high set back on August 24th. We broke up above 66,000, but as we called here on the channel, that was a very strong level of resistance. We would cool off to the next prediction we made down here at 60,100. So two very good calls we made here in the Bros community. And now we're starting to see some very positive signs. The first thing that I love seeing here is we had been, since that $66,000 resistance, we'd been under a falling trend line of resistance, that red line right here. And I told the community just yesterday on our live show, what I need to see is a break above this red line, multiple candles open and close above it, both on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, but I also need to see the 4 hour turn bullish. Well, we've gotten a part of this. The 4 hour chart now has closed several candles above. My only problem at the moment is we're not breaking above the more recent high here. I would love to see Bitcoin's price get above 62,367, that high that we set back here on October 2nd. I also would love to see an official buy signal from the 4 hour chart. Now, we are extremely close. Let me see here how many days since our first reversal indicator is in play. 14. So this isn't going to be my favorite buy signal. In fact, I tell people to be a buy signal, I really like to see all three flashes happen between 12 candles, a reversal flash, a bullish momentum flash, and positive money flow. But I'm going to make an exception here that I actually really do think that this is going to be a good buy signal here on the 4 hour chart. What that would mean is at the very least, Bitcoin's price should be making it back up here towards 62,275. But at this point, with what we're looking at from a longer time perspective, what I want to see Bitcoin get back above this level right here. I'm going to put a little blue box here. Let's close above this level. Let's keep that bullish buy signal on the 4-hour chart, and let's start to make looks on the daily chart up towards expectations and take profits back towards $70,000. That's right. We're looking at way higher highs now because we've started a bullish trend. We've set higher lows now twice consecutively. If you come back here, let me turn off Luxdog. If you come back here to the low of this pullback way back here in August, we have now set 2 higher lows. If this one ends up holding, we've set our first higher high. The next target that we're looking for, potentially for another higher high, is going to be in that camp of $70,000. So let's keep an eye on that over the next couple of weeks. But we got the news coming out this morning that would bring it. Let's see if the charts can follow that route. Let's take a quick look at Chainlink. Chainlink did almost exactly what we called for here on the channel as well. We had been in a falling wedge pattern here on Chainlink for multiple months now, ever since back here. Actually, you can go all the way back to April for this falling wedge where we set lower highs and lower lows. But just like Bitcoin, Chainlink has been setting higher lows. This is now on its 3rd higher low at the moment. You can see here from the low we had back in August. Again, another low here in September. And now this most recent low coming back and retesting the former resistance line, turning it into support. This is extremely bullish. We still have a price target for a bigger breakout on Chainlink to hit the levels of, let me go and move this over, all the way up here back towards $15 in the short run. As you start to extend, that has our take profit as well. But you come out to the weekly chart, we're looking at targets potentially up as high before the end of the year, back up above $20, pushing closer towards 30, depending on how high we can get with this resistance cloud. So keep an eye on that one. But Chainlink showing us some major bullish signs, turning former resistance into support. And they're not the only ones. Cardano is pretty much doing the exact same thing at the moment, just as we predicted it would. Again, falling wedge pattern, just like Chainlink. We broke above the red line, came back down to retest it as support, and now it looks like we want to make a much larger move to the upside. For this one, the shorter term on Cardano should be able to make a move back up here to about 53 cents. If we go out to the weekly chart and we take a look at longer term predictions, by the end of year, I think we could be pushing and making an argument to get back up towards or above that $1 mark that we've been waiting for a very, very long time. Now, this is very good for the crypto markets. I want to take a quick look at the just S&P 500 for a second and address what's happening here. While we're getting a small little bounce in the pre-markets, let's see, I actually have to go to the SPY here. You see the pre-markets are opening a lot higher. Currently, we closed yesterday at 567. They're opening at 571. I'm not going to be live during that shooting or during that opening, so we'll have to see how that is addressed. But coming back over to this chart, I want to bring some things to your attention. On the daily chart, we had gotten a good buy signal. We hit our take profit, but there's some concern that I have about the chart here on the S&P 500. While we are bouncing off of a strong breaker block, there's a sell signal in play right here on the S&P 500's daily chart. As I mentioned earlier, you want to see 3 things come to confluence on this oscillator. We have a red reversal, we have a bearish momentum, and we have now been in this falling volume, money flow, now for a couple of days here. And this historically ends up coming down to the smart trail, which is this blue cloud right in here. Let's come back in. This would probably bring the price back down to levels we just saw earlier in September, back down towards 5,400. Can this be ignored? Can the bulls mount a rally? Yes, but I would tell anyone watching this, I wouldn't be surprised if you do start to see a slipping of the S&P 500, of the stock market, just to cool off, again, a very explosive run that despite the fact crypto has still had struggles, we continue to set higher highs and higher lows, set new highs for the markets as a whole. It is normal for it to pull back just a little bit. And again, in this case, 5,400 is definitely going to be something to watch. After that, though, I do believe a good run could happen. I would love to be wrong. I'd love to see it go a lot higher, but that is kind of where we're sitting at the moment. We are overextended. We do have, as I pull back up these oscillators, we do have some pretty good bearish divergence where the oscillators are setting lower highs, but the price action was setting higher highs. That's another strong reversal indicator. So keep your eyes on the S&P 500. There's a chance with that same divergence we've had over the last couple of months where crypto prices went to the downside, but the stock market went up. Maybe that divergence continues just shortly as we see crypto climb back to the upside and the stock market cool off for a couple of weeks. Guys, that's all I have for you in this video. But if it was helpful, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. We go live every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have content pretty much every single morning of the week. You don't want to miss any of it. If you want to make gains in this market, smash the like, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.